up, guys? So I've been checking out this whole Francis Ngannou situation, and I don't know. I kind of wanted to dive into the psychoanalysis of what might be going on. Now, we all know that Dana and Francis Ngannou's management team have been going back and forth, right? They're saying it's not about money. Now we're finding out that it's more, they're more saying that it's about the contract itself. Like, Francis Ngannou's dream is always to be a professional boxer, yet he is the champion of the UFC. And then you got other fighters like Derek Lewis calling Francis Ngannou a douchebag, which, if you follow my channel, you'll know in a previous video I explained that I think that that was said out of more loyalty of Derek Lewis commentating on the lack of loyalty and gratitude on Francis Ngannou's part for what the UFC's done for him. Looking into this is interesting because it's almost like, I think Francis Ngannou might be intelligent, but I'm not so sure like what kind of intelligent. I think he might be like a protege fighter, right? Because he's done it in such a short amount of time. Like, he had already lived almost half of his life by the time he decided to combat competition, right? But thinking about this, it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense if it's not about the money, because usually in the fight business, it's all about the money. You know, why would you be out there fighting in front of cameras for millions of people if money didn't matter, right? So the management is being a little unrealistic, I think, with Dana White, and I think Dana White sees through it. It is about money because it's about the fight business. But Francis management is saying that Francis is very adamant about making sure that he can box. And UFC doesn't own a boxing promotion. They own an mixed martial arts promotion. So where do we go with that? But looking into the psychology of what's going on here, I do have to question Francis' intelligence and his management's team to be able to connect with him and reason with him, because the UFC is the largest promotion for combat sports in the world. It's the largest platform. Francis has the opportunity to make all the money he wants and more, including his management team. And they should be pushing him to, not pushing him, but like setting all the stuff up for him, like setting him up with different business opportunities, different sponsorships, this and that, you know, things aside from the fight game. Because you can't just suck off one teat. You can, but it's not a smart business plan. And if that's their job, managing the business of Francis Ngannou, this very valuable combat sport fighter, they should know this. But it doesn't seem like they do. The reason I question Francis' intelligence in business, at least, or with this whole notion that it's been my dream to be a professional boxer. Why? Why boxing? If you are a protege for MMA, that's even better. It's more badass. So like, what, when he was a kid, did he see a Rocky movie and was like, that's what I want to do? And so he just has this stuck in his head. This is what I want to do. And money isn't important. Only my life goal is important. It just doesn't make any sense, because in boxing, sure, like, he might be able to make more money in like one fight, but the UFC is such a large platform and they've already built Francis up to where he is now. Like, I wouldn't know who Francis was if he wasn't in the UFC. If he was just a boxer, would you? I mean, I watch the big boxing matches, but I'm not knowing the fighters like I know the UFC fighters. What about you guys? You know, we only have so much time in the day to be paying attention to every single combat sport going on in every single fighter, right? So the UFC's done a really good job in making sure that we know who fighters are in their organization. So Francis is willing to risk that and put strain on that relationship with the UFC and butt heads to try to negotiate going somewhere that will promote him potentially less and fight potentially less. You know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And looking into it, I question Francis' intelligence. And it could just be his business sense, you know? Like artists, for instance. I'm an artist, and I've seen a lot of the way artists think and stuff like that. And typically, artists aren't that great of business people. Typically. I know that there are exceptions. I'm one of them. But typically, artists aren't business people. And Francis Ngannou might be an artist type of mentality. He is a martial artist. So, does this make sense to you? Are you understanding what I'm saying? He's putting strain on a platform where he can make infinite amounts of money. He's a badass, and he gets infinite amounts of attention and fame and glory and money, opportunity, and he wants to put strain on that to go somewhere to another organization where there's more restrictions on the rules of combat, and the platform is potentially not as large. You get less fights, less attention, and maybe one or two bigger paydays. But if you look at boxing and you look at UFC, comparatively, he has more opportunity in the UFC. You know? I just don't understand this whole, it is my dream to be a boxer thing. Like, you're the heavyweight champion of the UFC. You're at the top. Like, why are you putting strain on your career and your professional business relationship for this thing you're calling your dream? I get it. You'll get the box. But be patient and don't put strain on your business. I don't know. I just think Dana White's getting to the point to where he's over it, and I'm seeing all the content on this, and I read the comments, and it seems like the majority vote in the comments. People are like, he's just getting greedy. I'm over it. Go box then. We don't want you in the UFC if you're just going to do this. It's like the whole thing is turning people off more than it's turning them on to watching him, you know, and caring about this. You know, they keep talking about how he has this beautiful story, which he does. There's a documentary on it that I've recommended you guys to watch, but there is a beautiful story behind it, but it like, I don't know. I don't see anybody really talking about it. So I kind of wanted to bring up the psychology behind why. Why is it so important? Why is he saying money doesn't matter? Why is it such an important dream when you're doing better than your dream? Like, what you've accomplished now is bigger than your dream. So why are you willing to sacrifice all of this to like step down? Like I said, I understand it may be one more bigger payday per fight, but it's not really positioning him in a better situation at all, and I just don't get it. I get going after your dreams, but if you've already reached bigger than your dreams, why would you put pressure on a business and strain on a business relationship you have with somebody who built you up to where you're at now, where you are even in a position to where you can negotiate like this, you know? So I don't know. I just don't think that it's cool. I don't think it's a smart business move, and it's just really confusing. And I don't have all the answers to all my questions that would tell me if this is stupid or not, but it just seems dumb. It just seems dumb. And it looks like a lot of a lot of the people in the community are getting tired of it too. And just like, come on, Francis, like, just stop, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? If you like the content, subscribe, comment down below, throw me some likes.
And ring the freaking bell.
Catch you guys next time.